Hi Tarot Rebels, and welcome to today's video. My name is Michaela from Tarot Rebel and I'm super happy to see you joining us. Today I will be showing you the new Chtlulhu tarot deck, Chtlulhu Dark Cards tarot deck, as you can see here on the box. And I will share my first impressions, what I think of the deck, see if I can make it a staple in my permanent collection. Please remember, this is not a tarot reading, so if you want a tarot reading, there are ways to book one with me in the comment section down below and in the description of the video. And without further ado, please remember to like, share, subscribe to my channel if you feel like it. And let's get into this. So this is a deck I got from Kickstarter. The deck creator, as you can see, it's like a really fancy box. I got this thing. It's a deck made in China, so you know how I feel about it, but it's not necessarily something that's very annoying to me. Let me put everything into view. This is a Kickstarter deck. The deck creator is Brajalone Games, and based on the Kickstarter pledge, I got I think I paid 200 euros for this, including shipping and customs and everything else. This version of the deck includes the tarot cards, a booklet, a PDF version of the booklet, a softcover book, and I will go into detail, a black cotton drawstring bag with a red silk screen print, that's a mouthful, the magnetic box as you can see it here, and with hot stamping metal print, again a mouthful. 78 tarot cards silk screen printed in black and in another tuck box, so basically I got two of the same tarot decks, and some stretch goals that include these pins, and they are corresponding to the suits, and some printouts, as you can see. They're really lovely. I'm just gonna put them aside, I think it's easier trying to show you all of them. It's a really nice high quality paper. I do like it. It's a very interesting addition to my deck, to be honest. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to use them, but just as art, standalone art, they look really well. And these are the suits. These are mainly the court cards, as you can see here, and they form a beautiful picture, all four of them. These are swords, the cups, everything. Okay, good. So my particular deck was my pledge basically was number 437 out of 600, and it comes in both French and English because the company that produced this is a French company. And as I said, I have two of the tarot decks. This is the first one, this is the second one. They come in a tuck box. I'm gonna put these aside for now. I'm going to show you the soft cover book. I think there was some details regarding the softcover book. So the deck themselves, both of them, include a guidebook, and also there's the PDF version, which I already have. But the book itself is different. The whole story of, I think, Isaac Jefferson's researches, interpretive poems, the iconography of each card fully explained, as well as links to the Cthulhu's myth. So this is what you have, and I think it comes in both English and French, as is everything with this deck. It's a really nice edition. I do like it. This is the drawstring bag. It's simple, just like basic cotton, nothing major. I honestly didn't even notice it when I first got the deck. And I think that's it for now. I'm just gonna put this aside and show you the decks. So first we have this version of the deck, which I think is a color version. Yes, it's the gilded color version. It comes in a tuck box. It's massive, as you can see. Mine is still in the plastic cover, so I will take this opportunity to remove the plastic. Please cover your ears. This is a 78 illustrated tarot deck, including 22 majors as per usual and 56 minor arcana. Each card has an English name, the numbers, and a reference to Marseille tarot deck. It is much larger than a standard Centennial. I'm not even gonna open this one because, as you can see, it's much larger, so there's no point in doing that. As you can see, this is a gilded tarot deck. These are the backings, similar to the insert inside of the box. And this is the guidebook. I think it's the same one. Is it the 64-page guidebook? I think so. It should be in both French and English. So you have it on one side, you have the English version. On the other side, you have the French version. So, as I said, this is much larger than the usual standard tarot deck. I'm trying to make my camera focus on the cards. I hope you can see them. I think the format of the deck, because it's so big, it's much closer to the Visconti Sforza. I think that's what the deck creator said on Kickstarter. And it's very much Marseille based or Pip based, if you like that, but I think it follows Marseille symbolism more than anything else. The weight of the paper, because as you can see, this is quite a thick paper. I hope you can see. I'm trying to make my camera focus. This is a very thick cardstock, I think 315 grams, which combine flexibility and rigidity. The deck itself, I think it's really stunning visually, and the illustrations, I think they were made by an artist or two artists, if I remember correctly, that go by the name Fortifem. They are drawn by hand, and then each illustration was scanned and colored using a computer. This was made to ensure that the finished product would honor the illustrations as well as the mythos of Cthulhu in the end. I think it's very obvious if you look at the deck that the horror element is prevalent, and it follows imagery related to the mythos of Cthulhu, as you can see in this judgment card. It does have the numbering at the bottom. It does have a border. I think given the length of the cards and how huge they are compared to like regular tarot, some people might be tempted to trim it down. I definitely won't do that. We also have a Joker, which is fun. And this is the Suit of Cups. As you can see, very, very simple, very Marseille-like, very straight to the point. You have the border, the numbers, and the elements, and that's about it. You don't have any more in terms of imagery. So the Marseille / Pip element is very strong with this one. Obviously, if I had received this deck earlier, I would have added in one of my Spooktober videos. This isn't the case. It's too late now, so I'm just enjoying it now. Speaking of, this deck was fully funded in December 2020, and on the 3rd of December, because I just checked. And I was supposed to receive this, but I wasn't at home, so my delivery got delayed. But the first attempted delivery was on the 3rd of December this year, so it took nearly 12 months to get this deck. You'd say, oh wow, but this takes so long to get it delivered. However, I will have to say that as opposed to other creators that I've encountered on Kickstarter, Brajilon Games, they actually communicated every time there were delays. They always stayed in contact with people with the backers on Kickstarter. So the waiting was not a problem because it was promptly communicated with us, as opposed to other experiences I've had on the platform, which weren't as fruitful. As you can see, these are the court cards. I wanted to lay them out for you to see, and they form that beautiful picture from one of the illustrations I showed in the beginning. Moving on, this was the suit of cups. Usually they start with the suit of wands, but obviously each creator does whatever they want. Next we have the suit of pentacles. Again, very simple. I'm just gonna flip through it because there's not much going on in this part of the deck. Just standard Marseille. Just gonna push these aside, and we have the page, the knight, the queen, and the king. Gorgeous colors. I like the fact that each of the court cards, each of the family of the court cards has a different color attached to them. This is, if you ask me, this is a color more suited to the water element, but I didn't make the rules. I didn't choose the colors, so it is what it is. Okay. The idea behind this deck was to be created as a divination tool, so you can use it in your divination practice if you want. But because the deck creators are also producing, I think, tabletop games, you can also use it in your role-playing games, LARP, murder mystery parties, especially given the theme, which I really appreciate because I'm also a fan of them, and sometimes I like to dabble in that. I'm not saying I'm very well versed, but it's just something I enjoy doing. So even if you just purchase this for the sake of collection, like having it in your collection, or using it for your inspiration in role-playing games, I think this is a nicely well done deck to support that. So this is the suit of swords. As you can see, they follow each other very nicely. Just gonna add them here. And last but not least, we have the suit of wands. As I said, I do like the simplicity of a Marseille deck. I do like the quality of this deck, even though it was printed in China. It looks very nice. The quality seems very high, and the flex of the cards, as you can see, they have enough weight to them to be flexible, but also they are thin enough to make it easy to shuffle and handle. Obviously the size of it is a bit extreme, probably one of the biggest decks I have, maybe smaller than the H.R. Geiger tarot deck, but still, this is a massive deck. So this was the suit of wands for your viewing and your pleasure. It's just such an atmospheric deck. I do like it. It's just the color palette is absolutely stunning. I don't think I can shuffle it easily. Definitely not hand over hand. Probably some type of corner shuffling, but I'm afraid that the gilding will wear off. I'm not sure how resistant it is to this type of friction. This is the guidebook, if you want. And this is the deck. I do like this version. Let's see how the other one fares in terms of art. This is supposed to be I think silkscreen edition, printed on a very special paper, which the name of evades me at this moment. As you can see, this one is also unopened, so I'll take the opportunity to do that now. Sorry for the noise. It does have a light cream tint with a black silkscreen ink to allow for deep rendering of the images. Even the plastic wrap is different, so I think they were printed in different parts. I would say the guidebooks are very much the same, or they look very much the same. There's no difference in terms of size or number of pages, so I will assume for now that they are the same. Again, this is a tuck box. It looks slightly bigger than the original deck. Let's see how the cards are. Ooh, this is a nice paper. This is an extra card. Oh no, it's not. These are the cups. Okay. It's odd that it starts with the cups. Although I do enjoy having it in black and white. I think it adds to... it makes it easy to read from my point of view, I think. I don't know, maybe other people will disagree. Let me just get the cups. Although, as I said, I find it a bit disconcerting to look at the cards and not having them in order. Let's find the 9 of cups. Where are you? This is the 9 of cups. Right. Interesting. It's not necessarily the reverse image, it's just black and white with removing the background, and that's about it. I think I was expecting something else, but that's just me. Don't mind me. I'll keep the deck, the original one, close to me just for the sake of it. Okay, moving on. The quality, the paper is very buttery on the back and very rough on the front, and I think you can see it has a slight bend to it. I think this deck will suffer from the elements if I decide to like roughhouse with it. Suit of Swords, but I haven't seen the court card yet. So I do like the simplicity of this deck. I don't think it's shuffleable, if that's a word. It's quite an interesting feeling. Handling it makes me feel like I'm dirty. Like there's a certain I'm not sure if you can see it, but I have golden flakes from the gilding from this deck, and this deck also has a certain texture to it, and I think it's quite, it adheres to your fingers, to your skin, and I don't think this makes it easy to handle, which is a shame, because I do like this this imagery. Again, why do you start with the second card? Why? It's becoming a bit annoying. Did I miss the Fool? No, I didn't. Probably the Fool is at the end, as usual, with the Marseille deck. But why wasn't the Fool at the end in this deck? Anyway, this is just me. The artwork is absolutely stunning. It has so much detail to it. It's basically impossible to like perceive all of it, to see all the details. And I do think, let's take for example the Temperance card. I do think that in this case, for the black and white deck, I think it's so much easier to spot the details rather than in this busy deck. I do think the color version it looks quite busy, whereas this black and white one seems rather inviting to make you study it. Like, I didn't notice the broken window here, whereas here it's very obvious. I didn't notice the eyeballs here here in this colored version, whereas here is very obvious. So I do enjoy this. I want to flip them through side by side, but we all know that this is not going to happen, because again, the details are so much clearer in this version rather than this one, because this one you can just see like a sea of purple and that's about it. You don't get to see any of the details, whereas here I can see so much more. In it does feel like this is a wing of a dragon and things are happening, whereas here is just like a house with 3 red windows and some things in the background. That's it. Yeah, I do like the red, the black and white deck. Although looking at this star, you can see the details here as she's plagued by some sort of an unknown illness, whereas in the black and white version there's nothing that stands out in terms of a color palette. The moon, the sun, the judgment card. Again, this is where a colored version of the card brings things into focus a lot more than the black and white version. Although in the black and white version I can spot a lot more things rather than in this one. Like here I can see the houses, I can see the people, I can see the creatures in the background, whereas here I just see Cthulhu and that's it. The World and the Fool. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? It's so annoying. Anyway, the Joker. And here we go with the court cards. Maybe I should put them and compare them one by one. Why does it start with the King of Wands? Does it? Oh, it starts with all the kings. This is, I don't know, for my own peace of mind, I would have loved to have the both decks in the same order. I'm just annoyed at this point, so it doesn't really matter. I'll just go through them one by one and that's it, because it's, I think they said that this is printed somewhere else. Okay. So the extra card are silk screen printed. Maybe this is why the texture of them is so different. And handcrafted by L'Atelier du Grand Chic, a French well-known screen printer, which is fine. It's fine, but I'm sure they could have given them the order that they used in the colored version of the deck. I'm sorry if you can hear my neighbor's dog. I think it's very distressed. I do like this Queen of Wands though. She's very cute. It's the Queen of Pentacles, obviously. She's my favorite. Yeah. This is the deck. This is the deck. pages, and the end. So, was this worth it? The almost 200 pounds and a year worth of weight to get to? I think it was. Will I be using it as a divination tool? I really want to. I'm not sure if I will, though. I do like the deck. I think, despite the weight, despite the price, I'm not sure if it's... I think you can buy it somewhere else. I'm not really sure. Obviously, I'm not interested in purchasing any more of this item. If it was a mass market standard edition available to purchase, probably I would get it, because these two decks, as fun as they look and as cool as they look, I think they're more collectibles than anything else. And don't get me wrong, I'm really happy I could buy them and have them in my collection. But are they usable? Despite, like, the size makes it difficult to use. The gilding makes it difficult to use. These cards are very difficult to handle, and the residual, should I call it silk? I don't know. The residual feeling that you get after handling them is quite annoying. I really cannot wait to finish this video and wash my hands, to be honest. Makes it difficult for me to enjoy this deck as a tool. As a collectible, sure, I'm super happy. I think it's well worth the money. Probably could have been sourced with a different, in different conditions, because they've had a lot of issues with production and so on and so forth, hence the delays. 12 months delays, 12 months to arrive, out of which 4 months delay, because it was supposed to arrive in August, and here we are in December. But as I said, I'm not opposed to decks being delayed because of production issues. Everyone knows what the situation is at the moment with the supply chains and everything else. So this is something I can understand. Obviously, I'm annoyed at little things like the cards not being in the same order. Hence, I can't, like, I have to handle the deck before showing it to you. But this is meant to be an unboxing of some sort. So, again, I'm rambling. This is just my personal pet peeve. I just want it in some form of order. Would I recommend this deck to someone who wants to read tarot? Only if they have a mass market edition. Would I recommend this to someone who wants to enhance their, I don't know, their LARP games and stories? Only if they have the mass market edition. Would I recommend this to a tarot deck collector, or any Cthulhu collector? Yes, probably, because the quality is really nice. The presentation box is really nice. I think the overall packaging of it all looks really good and high value. But other than that, I personally won't use it as a tarot deck. I won't use it at all, probably. Although I like it, I will handle it. I will read it. I will probably read the book, the extra booklet that they have. But to shuffle it and read with it, definitely, I think no. So these are my thoughts about Cthulhu Dark Arts tarot deck. This is the newest edition in my collection. If you have it, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you want to get a notification every time I upload, please remember to like, share, subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell. That would help. And if you want to let me know what you thought of this deck, do you want it, do you have it, how do you intend to use it, that would be great, because right now I'm a bit partial to it, to be honest. That's all I have for you for today. Thank you so much for joining, and I do hope to see you in another video. Bye!